something, it helps you put your thoughts together. As I look at this large group, and there's a lot of people missing, it still needs to be said, I owe you. I'll say it again. I owe you, all of you here today, a most profound thank you for all the support I have received over the years that I've been here, especially from Diane, Jeff Deland, Dan Weitzman, Maureen McRandall, Abby Renaga. Some of these are my past supervisors. Jim Ashford, Mike Kirsten, even Jimmy Wing from long days ago. Rick Ottawa, still here.
Could never
My fellow support staff, supervisors, all the IT people that I've worked with over the years at the data center and still continue to work with. And for the most part, everyone I have ever had pleasure to work with here at the Office of Ledge Counsel. Some say there is nothing to be inferred from a person's name. I am not so sure. My last name, translated from Polish, means, among other things, ardent, passionate, spirited, and intense. Sound familiar? All of my brothers were exactly the same. Unfortunately, both of them have already died. They were much younger than I. Some wonder where my experience came from. It could have been just years of working daily, producing bills of every possible description. Or it could have been a past professor who used to throw our term papers on the floor after he corrected all our grammatical errors and told us to rewrite them before he would read them for content. Bear in mind, this is long before the age of computers. Everybody typed every single word. I never made more than an A- from this professor, but I acquired a real proficiency in writing. It could have been my mathematics background in college, or working for NASA and air traffic control in the military. Or it could just be plain good luck. The day that I signed up for Ledge Counsel, I was actually destitute for a job. I had just left EDD, had a million pieces of paper, and was wandering around the K Street Mall. And in those years, Ledge Counsel had a one-day sign up for Ledge clerks. And they held it at the community center. And it was in a nondescript room, no larger than this. I says, what the heck? Why not?
Little did you know.
Little did I know. Within a week, Cynthia Jordan called me. I went through the interviews, got hired. And of course, the rest is history. I have tried to the best of my ability to maintain a long-standing tradition of quality and integrity that goes back to the beginning of this office in 1913. A relatively recent letter, that is from Ledge Counsel terms, from Mike Kirsten. It's only 25 years old. It was sent to all deputies discussing drafting diseases, which, strike which I tell that, is as relevant today as it was then. The corrections unit originally was proposed by Tracy Powell. Some of you may have met him, whose son Chip still works for the agency. In those days, the corrections unit was staffed with attorneys on a rotating basis and a few support staff. His list of 10 most frequently contracted drafting diseases included the following gems. Such disease. Use of the word such instead of the, that, this, those, or these. This disease is still number 1 on the Surgeon General's list. Sectional abscesses. Failure to delete the phrases the provisions of, or of this section, when referring to an article, chapter, etc. Title anemia. Failure to include in the title the phrases "and making an appropriation therefore," or "and declaring the urgency thereof to take effect immediately." Of or dyslexia. Use of the word or instead of, and vice versa. A closely related malady is of to dyslexia, which is usually found in titles. Have I upheld in the smallest degree this quest for quality documents through all my QA advisories, training materials, courses for the deputies? It's for you to do, to determine. In the great scheme of things, all of us could be pushing paper at a corporation, for some executives for essentially unimportant things that may affect someone's bottom line. It would not make much difference in this instance whether we use the word of or such or these. All of us, from messenger to chief deputy, are working for one of the greatest enterprises on earth that directly affects the lives of some 38 million people, and by implication, the nation. We are rightly proud of our somewhat intense, you will agree, daily work, and accept the anonymity that comes with that work. I have tried to show that pride in my work. One last comment. So what will I be doing in the dreaded retirement? I will barely catch my breath, as some of my cathedral staff knows. I have many obligations with my family at the cathedral. There's 3 here today. There is no retirement from the church. Okay, a little travel. I want to go back to Rome. A few quiet days off in a week. I really do not want much more. Never have.